Okay, we're in our series called Every Loan Type, and I'm going through loans and I'm wanting to help you know everything you can. You might be a real estate agent, and if you're a real estate agent, I want you to bring me those borrowers who need my help. I will make sure that they're always connected to you. And sometimes what happens is I end up doing a video every day for these folks for days on end. And I just have a drip campaign that goes out to them daily. I keep them connected to you as a realtor. And then when they're finally ready to buy, I get them back to you. And you're like, oh, I forgot all about Johnny. He's ready to buy. Thank you for this pre-approval letter. Great. Okay, I hope you're here to learn about loan types. Today we're going to talk about FHA loans. And let's just get into it. We talked about conventional mortgages yesterday. The thing about conventional mortgages is they're not backed by the government. FHA loans are. They're a type of mortgage that's insured by the Federal Housing Administration. FHA loans are for borrowers with lower credit scores, 580 and up. Now, there are ways to get some magic done with people that are under 580. Let's talk about that at another time. But FHA, we're thinking 580 credit score and up. They allow you to do a lower down payment because they're insured by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Now, typically what we're thinking about when we think about FHA loans is 3.5% down. We're thinking on $100,000, they need to bring $3,500 to the closing table. Now, that's not including closing costs. That's not including your commission if that's separate. But what it does is it allows them to bring a small down payment. Also, we could talk about seller concessions. Realtors who use seller concessions, ask for seller concessions, and believe in seller concessions are so much more successful than those realtors who go, well, you can't really get seller concessions these days. They're wrong, and somebody else is going to sell that house out from under you because lots of realtors understand that there's always ways to make seller concessions work. Anyway, FHA loans are insured by the U.S. Department of Housing. What did I say? Yeah, right, U.S. Department of Housing. Just like conventional loans have private mortgage insurance, FHA loans have HUD-based mortgage insurance premiums. Now, what happens with an FHA loan is you pay a premium up front, it gets added to the loan amount. You're not bringing extra money out of the pocket. You're still at that $3,500 per 100,000 kind of number. You can use seller concessions to cover the closing cost. You can finance this mortgage insurance premium, so you can buy a house and really just bring 3.5% to the table. Now, sometimes FHA loans work better with 10% down because a borrower's credit's not quite good enough for 3.5% down. But we'll get into that later. The magic of FHA loans is that they're for borrowers that have a little bit lower credit score and they have a little bit less money to put down. Also, FHA loans require the home to be a bit more move-in ready, if you know what I mean. I want to make sure when I'm looking for an FHA borrower to help them find a house, I want to make sure that that house doesn't have broken windows. Even cracks can be a problem in a window. That house doesn't need to have peeling paint. The paint needs to be solid. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it can't be peeling like this in the image. And the house needs to have rails, and it needs to be safe, sound, and secure. This deck in the image you're seeing here, it's not safe, it's not sound, it's not secure. That thing could blow away and fall in and you could get hurt. So now appraisers have a whole lot of power when it comes to looking at houses to decide if they're safe, sound, and secure. This looks like a deck with a very, very low edge. But if the appraiser says it needs a handrail, it needs a handrail. You kind of don't know exactly what is considered safe, sound, and secure because the appraiser has some subjectivity and has some authority there, some ability to say something is or is not safe, sound, and secure. Okay, that's the gist of FHA loans, and I can't wait to talk to you and your borrowers. And if you're a loan officer and you're learning this business, I would love to help you. I want you to be with me and NEXA Mortgage. Reach out anytime. Talktojosh.net or call me here. Talk to you soon.